Hi Sagittarius, Happy New Year. This is your January forecast. The first thing to tell you is that Mercury, a planet that rules technology, communications and travel, does go retrograde between the 6th and the 26th of January. But more about that as I get into your forecast. The main thing about this month is that there's a lot of planets in Capricorn. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is all about structure, making plans, New Year's resolutions. What is it that you'd like to accomplish for yourself this year? Those are going to be a lot of the questions that you might be looking to ask yourself. So let's start out with Mars. On the 4th of the month, Mars is going to go into your 12th house. Now Mars in your 12th house, you are a fire sign, lovely Sagittarius, so when Mars is in the 12th, this is a really good time to make sure that you're getting all your emotions out. So if you're feeling a little bit pent up or whatever, great to do some physical exercise. If you're not able to do a lot of physical exercise, then it's really maybe a good idea to maybe write out some of the emotions if you're feeling lots of emotions and things are going on for you. But it's equally a wonderful time to put energy into anything to do with this esoteric realm. You might want to study astrology, for example, or tarot or numerology, or anything that takes you into the depths of the unseen realms. This is a great thing to do with Mars in your 12th house. Now, much of the focus this month, Sagittarius, is going to be on your second house of money and finance and your own earned income. So on the 6th of the month, as I mentioned, Mercury going retrograde into this second house. So as you can see, a lot happening here since 2008. Pluto has been in this second house for many of you, transforming the way you see money, what you do with money, caused many upheavals for many of you, many very big changes, and certainly some awakenings because of the square happening with Uranus still rather at play. So now with this, certainly with Mercury retrograde joining the Sun there for much of this month, good time to really reflect on money generally, how you spend it, how you save it, if you do. Sagittarius, many of you just, well, depending what else is in your chart, but Sag has a tendency to just enjoy whatever it's got in the moment, and then the money can slip through the fingers here sometimes. But here's a good time to reflect on ways you make money. Are you enjoying your work, or is it a drudge? How could you now, with Mercury retrograde, find ways to enjoy more of the things that you do? How can you make them new? How can you make them fresh? It's also a good time to reflect on how you feel about yourself. The second house is very much the house of self-esteem. And if you're feeling good about yourself, then of course very often the money flows and all the great things flow. So this is a great time to reflect on how you can really boost yourself and boost your confidence. On the 10th of the month, we've got a new moon also happening in the house of money and finance. So great opportunities for new beginnings at this time. Something new can happen for you financially. Maybe some good news, maybe a job opportunity, maybe an opportunity to start your own business. Maybe you've had an idea for quite some time. You Sagittarius, you're often full of all kinds of ideas. But this would be a good time to really think about that idea, and after the retrograde, maybe to really put it into action. Or if you've been working on something for a while, during the retrograde, it can actually really flourish and really come to fruition for you. And on the 15th of the month, we've got a lovely trine energy happening between Mercury and Jupiter up in that 10th house of career for you, Sagittarius. So really, that could be some great news about your career, your work, some kind of a negotiation that's been going on for a while, some good news happening. And also, there could be some expansion in your career, particularly these first few months of the year, opportunity to expand out from what you've been doing. So that could really be some good news. And maybe also do some travelling, because Sagittarius, your sign, certainly rules travel, and also maybe do travelling connected with your work or career in some way. And on the 21st of the month, we've got the Sun coming into your third house here. And the Sun in the third house is just asking you to say, well, what would I like to learn? It's a great time for learning something. It's a great time for learning new technology, not necessarily for buying it, but for learning it, especially when Mercury is retrograde. I often find that writing or something like that is so much easier when Mercury is retrograde, because Mercury has a tendency to slow down the thinking process a little bit. So good time to network, to do some social networking, to learn how to do it better, more effectively. Good time to learn how to market yourself. And also a nice time to mix with people around you. Your social life, it should perk up a little bit there if you want it to, with the Sun in the third house. On the 24th of the month, we've got a full moon happening right up here in the 9th house, lovely Sagittarius. Full moon up there. That's a wonderful placement for a full moon. It's a great time. It could be a completion of a court situation if you've been involved in anything legal. It could be a completion of your plans for going on a trip somewhere. It could be a time it's shining a light for you to say, well, what do I want to do next? Do I want to do something internationally? Do I want to travel? Do I want to do business internationally? It's shining a light on your spiritual direction as well, saying to you, well, you know, do I want to go on a retreat? How can I connect up now with some like-minded people so that we can do something exciting together? Because Sagittarius, you do need excitement in your life, and this full moon really could bring you a lot of excitement. And on the same day, the 24th, we have got Venus coming into your money house. And Venus, that could be some good news financially. Could be a gift, a bonus, something nice financially. What you have to watch is that you just don't spend everything in one hit, because Venus does like luxury and nice things. And you may buy yourself something luxurious with that Venus in your second house. I do want to address the fact that Saturn is in your sign now for this next 2 years. Not something to be frightened of, something to welcome. The way I see astrology is that when we know where the placements of the planets are, we can see what's coming up, and we can work with this energy, and we can transmute it, we can transform it. It's like anything. I can say one thing to one person, like for example, oh yes, you're going to meet somebody new this coming year, and one person may say, oh, that's wonderful, and another person may say, but I'm not interested, I don't even want to get into a relationship this year. So the same aspect can really be viewed very differently by different people. And I argue that Saturn can be the most wonderful thing in your sign. It can enable you to really get back to basics in your life. What's really important? To get rid of the things in your life that you know you've kind of been tolerating, putting up with. This will be an opportunity for you, really, Sagittarius, to be able to clear the ground for yourself. Literally clean and clear your garden so that some new roses and new flowers can blossom and bloom for you. So there you have it, my dear Sagittarius. I wish you a wonderful January. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, sharing. I do love hearing from you. Bye for now.